With this video, I'm going to cover how to factor this particular one. And it looks like a difficult one, and it's more challenging than the easy ones that we've done in the past. So I wanted to go through it with you. The very first thing when I come across something like this, I look at this particular quadratic and I determine, is there something that all three of these share in common that I can take out? Well, 12 doesn't go into all of them, unfortunately, but there is something. Let's see. It looks like a 4. No, 4 won't go into 45. 3. Yeah, it looks like 3 will go into all of those. What I do is I take my 3 out first. And when I take my 3 out, that's only going to leave me 4r squared, 16r, and then 15. Now remember, you know you did it correctly. If I can take this 3 and I can multiply it back in, 3 times 4r squared would give me 12r squared. 3 times 16r would give me 48r. And 3 times 15 would give me 45. So we're okay. So we've done that part correctly. Okay, well now that we have that 3 out, now it doesn't disappear. That's going to stay with us because we always need these to multiply back to give us our original quadratic up here. All right, what we're going to do next is we're going to factor what's inside of this parenthesis right here. Okay, so we're just going to factor that one, and we know our first step in factoring is we write our 4r down. I'm going to do the Berry method here. There are several different methods you can use to do this one. Many students find it easiest to use the Berry method, so that's what I'm going to do here. And that's the one that we covered in class. Okay, so I've got 4r, I write both of these down. Now I know that this is wrong. 4r times 4r gives me 16r squared, not 4r squared. So we know this is wrong. I've got too much there. We're going to take out what we don't need a little bit later. Okay, now the next step is I need two numbers that multiply together to give me a times c. Well, a times c is 4 times 15 is what we're talking about there, but it needs to add together to give me b, which is 15. So a times c is 4 times 15 is 60. And b is 16. So I need two numbers that multiply together to give me 60, but add together to give me 16. That would be 10 and 6, or 6 and 10. Doesn't really matter the order. Now what I do is I'm going to write both of these in right here. This is a positive 6 and a positive 10. Okay. Now we still know this isn't going to work because I started with too many. I've got 4r and 4r here. So now what I do is I factor out what I don't need, my excess. And the way that we do that, we look and see if this has a common factor. So 4r plus 6. The common factor there would be 2. So now I'm going to factor out a 2. 2 times 2r plus 3. Okay. Now this 3 is going to stay there. I'm just focusing on just this area right here. I'm going to do the same thing for the one over here. This would be 2 times the quantity of whatever I have left there, which would be 2r plus 5. Okay, so I've got a 2 was a common factor in this one, and a 2 was a common factor in this one. So whatever my common factor is on this step, those are the ones I get rid of. Okay, they're gone. Remember that I started with too much. I had a 4r and a 4r, which gave me 16r squared. That doesn't work. If I factor out my common factor, then cross that one off, then it works because 2r times 2r gives me 4r squared. Notice I did not cross off this 3, and this is the part that will get a little bit confusing. This is going to be my final answer. The big thing here is we're only going to cross off our common factors when it's in this binomial. It's just got 2 parts to it right here, whatever our common factor is, that's what we're going to cross off. If we don't and we leave those there, if we multiply all these back together, it does not get me my original quadratic here. Okay, my original expression. This one, however, does. Okay, 2r times 2r would give me 4r squared. That's my one here, and then we multiply this by the 3 to get my 12. So that's why the 3 stays there, and it's a little bit confusing. After some practice, you'll get it. But remember, and when you get to this step here, whatever your common factor is with these that you're pulling out is what you're going to cross off, not this original one that you took out. That will stay there.